The thumbnail is from Twitter. What's up, Casual Goats? Thanks for the shout out. Mic check. I just had to jump on real quick. I just got one topic. I know there's a lot of other topics I've been thinking about, but then West Philly had to show up at the Oscars, and the Oscars turned out to be lit. If you would have asked me going into the Oscars, I would have said there's no damn way I'm talking, or, unless something happens. I'm not getting involved with that trash, in my opinion. It's become a ceremony of virtue signaling that I would probably need a barf bag to attend. But never say never make assumptions. Some people are saying this was fake and some people aren't. This was not fake, y'all. What happened tonight was not fake, in my opinion. Who knows? I don't know everything. This was not fake, and I do want to talk about it. That's the only topic I've got. I do have a lot of other stuff on my mind, but I gotta kind of put those thoughts together. This one came pretty quick, hit hard, and the video of this incident, if you don't know, I'll describe it here in a second. The video of this incident, it went viral like in a second. Like, it had 10 million views like before I blinked my eye on Twitter. I was only on Twitter about this, not to mention the other platforms. If it was real, the Oscars probably couldn't be happier. In a way, they wouldn't have had much pub about their whole event without this. I didn't even know what movies were up. But if you don't know what happened, man, it got wild. It got wild real quickly. So there's an incident that happened. I have a link in the description right now. I'm just going to get in on this topic and then get out. Thanks for anybody hopping by. Just had to get it off my chest. Casual Coach, I said shout out. Brass Hound, shout out. Rafe Marshall, shout out everybody in there. What is this? I got to read this comment. This stuck in the middle. This was a satanic humiliation ceremony to usher in a new way to stomp out free speech. It will be okay to use violence to stop speech not agreed with. I didn't even take it that deep, but the Oscars, they would agree with that. The people who go to the Oscars and are in this indoctrination of the establishment that Hollywood has become, they absolutely would be okay with that. Got it deep. Ray Studios, I have not checked my email in a minute. Sorry about that. I have not checked it in a couple days, so I will see that. Ray Studios stopping by. Thank you. If you don't know what happened, Will Smith happened. I think it was an open hand from what I saw. The open hand of his right hand made connection with the side of Chris Rock's face. That's what happened on live television today. So I'll just say Chris Rock was telling these jokes. I didn't even get it at first. I did not get the joke until I got to Twitter, and then I saw it, and I was like, what's happening? I was kind of chatting with people, and they told me, I didn't even know this, that Jada had that alopecia, the same condition that Representative Ayanna Pressley has. I had no idea. So she has that condition that can cause baldness. So that's a sensitive topic, because Chris Rock was making a G.I. Jane joke, and right in front of him is Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. And Chris Rock, his mannerism seemed like he was really shocked that they would be, that sensitive about it. I don't know. So he says the joke, and initially the camera goes to Will Smith when he's saying the G.I. Jane. He said G.I. Jane Part 2 or something like that. And Will Smith is kind of laughing. And then before you know it, the camera shows Will Smith walking on stage. And at that point, I'm thinking it's staged because he's right there. There's no security or anything. And Chris Rock was like, oh no. And I was like, okay, this is going to be staged. And then the next thing I know, Binkums, I thought it was a punch, but if Will had punched him, I don't think Chris Rock would have been able to take it that hard unless he has a rock solid jaw. But he binked him right there in front of him, went down. And then I saw the Australian feed where Will Smith is yelling, keep my wife's effing name out your mouth. When you saw that feed, you knew it was real. This is not a fake thing, guys. This is not, they're not dropping F-bombs at the Oscars on purpose. That's for sure. People thought Will was laughing, and they thought it was odd, so they thought it was fake because he was laughing at first. That wasn't a ha ha ha, I'm laughing with you laugh. That was a ha ha, what's funny, motherfucker? I want to laugh to laugh. You know that laugh where something's happening and it's like ha 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 ha. I'm not laughing with you. I'm laughing because I want to laugh. I want to know what's funny. That's what that laugh was. And then you saw Jada's face. Her face was never laughing. You saw that. So I do want to talk about it a little bit not in depth. I mean, this is not a serious topic. I know we've got all kinds of things going on right now, but yeah, it's good to take a break. Yeah, Binkums. Binkums, Christian, if you didn't know, Binkums, that was the sound like when Will was just like, Binkums? That's what it kind of sounded like to me. Just right up there. More comments. You know what? Before I even rattle on it, let me hear what people are saying about it. Oscar ratings in the tube. Rock holding his arms behind his back. Rock and Smith both laughing right afterwards. As spontaneous as the Super Bowl wardrobe malfunction. Wow. People are still. Have you seen? Before you tell me, and I respect everybody's decision, their opinion in the chat. Have you seen the Australian feed? Because I showed I think it was on ABC, the ABC feed to my wife, and she was like, oh, that's fake. When I saw the ABC feed, the whole thing, I was like, I think this is real. But she thought it was fake. Then I showed her the Australian feed when Will got back to his seat. They blocked it out on the ABC version where he was cussing. So let me know if you've seen the Australian feed. I'll put it in the chat real quick because now I didn't realize people had actually thought this was still fake. This is real. This was not fake in my opinion. Now I know it gives them the same boost either way, whether it's real or fake. It's still giving them the talk. I wouldn't be talking about them right now if it weren't for that. But I want to put that in the chat real quick. I'm using StreamYard, so I don't even know where it goes. Like it's going to YouTube and Twitch. If you're on Twitter, just search Australian Will Smith. So, yeah, I think it was real. It was. Some people are still saying Days May says it was staged for the rating. Will. I don't know if I can say that one. Dan, that was funny though. People were cutting up. Twitter was. The cuck was trending on Twitter. Who cares what happened? Politicians had to delete tweets, y'all. Politicians had to delete tweets over this. I'm not doing anything against Ayanna Pressley because she has the condition that made this sensitive. I think it was more than just that condition that made this sensitive, but she has the alopecia, I believe it's what it's called. Yeah. So here Yahoo Life was reporting on it, and they talked about Ayanna Pressley deleted a tweet thanking Will Smith after he slapped Chris Rock. So she tweeted, "Alopecia Nation stand up." So she saw Will Smith get that smack in, and she was like, "Alopecia Nation stand up. West Philadelphia stand up." Thank you, Will Smith. Shout out to all the husbands who defend their wives living with alopecia in the face of daily ignorance and insults. Hashtag Oscars. Women with baldies are for real men only. Boys need not apply. I will say I wasn't a fan of the joke from Chris Rock. I like Chris Rock a lot. It's just not. I mean, comedy has to offend in a way. So it's hard to do comedy without offending someone. So I'm not against him saying it, but it wouldn't have been a joke that I would have wanted to do. And I liked Ricky Gervais when he destroyed Hollywood, or it was Golden Globes. I've played that clip before on this channel, but I wasn't a fan of the alopecia joke. The G.I. Jane 2, that was kind of there, Chris. And maybe that's what made him, he was so calm after he got that slap. How crazy it would have been if Will had pimp slapped him, went with the back of the hand. That would have been, so I would have changed the title of my thumbnail if he would have went with the back of the hand. No, I'm just joking. But politicians, Jamal Boatman had to delete a tweet where he was giving props to Will Smith. He didn't have to delete it. It's no big deal to me anyway, either way. I think there's so much with this social media buildup in the acceptance speech. You should watch that, in my opinion. Will Smith talked about things, and he talked about the God, devil, and he talked about people talking about you and you not being able to do anything. You have to put a smile on your face. You can tell a lot of stuff had built up. That's really what I want to talk about. I really want to talk about how this stuff built, really, I don't know. I'm just plain armchair couch psychologist with Will Smith. I like Will Smith. I've never had a problem with him. He's gone woke, but if you are in the industry where he's in, you have to go woke. There's not an option there. You have to go woke. So I don't blame him for that necessarily. This was his acceptance speech. I'm not going to play it because I'll copyright. But here's where I want to go with it, and then I'll read some comments and I'll be out. Will Smith is, in my opinion, insecure. And he's a deep thinker. I think he means well. He's somewhat of a philosopher. If you've ever seen him in interviews or on social media, he thinks about topics deeply, like relationships and work. His work ethic is crazy. So I've had respect for him, but this was not a good moment, obviously, but for deep reasons. And I think he would understand that. There's a lot to the relationship with Will and Jada. I'm not an expert in it, but I'll touch on some of the things that I'm aware of. Let me know if I miss anything or I'm inaccurate. My first thought is, when you have so much money, and Will Smith family has money, you have money out the yin yang. You don't dress like normal people. You don't go to work like normal people. Not that you don't work hard, but you don't do the same type of work as many normal people in the country. You don't associate with normal people. You don't talk like normal people. You don't talk with normal people. You live a different life. What rich people, what rich people do you know that you've seen? I mean, if you don't know, just out there that live a somewhat normal life, it's probably unusual. And in Hollywood, there's a whole different avenue, from Jada's upbringing to Will's upbringing to how they're raising their children and all that. It's not a normal type of family dynamic like a neighbor down the street. I think there's context to that. Like a rich person's marriage, they're a perfect example of that. They viewed their marriage as, I think they call themselves life partners type of thing. I mean, it's just a fancy way of saying they've got an open marriage, basically, is what was going on. So there's a lot of deep stuff there, deep-rooted things there. I'd rather be rich than not rich, but there's a darker side to it. And I think that's what you saw come out there. And that can come out to anyone, and it doesn't matter if you have money or not. But if you think money fixes everything, or you don't have any more problems, you've heard the saying, more money, more problems. There's truth to that. That's why it's kind of a cool saying. Something's different, something's unusual. That's why I kind of went with the Jack Murphy thumbnail. Will Smith had a situation a while back. This came out during the pandemic. The pandemic changed everyone. If you follow Will Smith, he blew up actually in social media after the pandemic. It was smart. He's a smart dude, smart businessman. A lot of these guys are. He focused on social media. He's all on TikTok. He's even got YouTube. He's all over the place. His wife is doing some great stuff too with her, was it the Red Table or whatever? In July of 2020, I believe it was, the news came out that Jada Pinkett had a relationship with this R&B singer named August Alsina. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's a talented dude, had some good songs. And that came out, and then that kind of opened the floodgates to kind of how the relationship was going. because August Alsina was like, I had permission from Will. Like I wasn't trying to do anything crazy. And he's a much younger dude. It's a different type of thing, and they live a different type of life. So Kanye West is one of the best producers out there, hip hop, smart, business, all that. And his mind's not right. Will's mind obviously is not right. If that's what how he chose to handle the situation, something's wrong up here. I don't know what it is. But what my point is just because you have money doesn't mean your brain can't be fried and you can't be in a bad place, or maybe the place that you have to get to win the awards. He actually won, was it Best Actor? I don't know what he won for the Williams movie. I haven't seen it. I'm so scared to see these movies now because I can't stomach the woke BS. So I don't know if it has it in there or not, but I'm just like, I almost don't even want to see the Batman. I'm a huge Batman fan. I'm like, and I didn't hear much woke stuff in it, a little bit, but it's crazy, man. I just like, I don't even want to give them money or even see it nowadays. It's like I don't watch the NBA like I used to. Things are a lot different, but I digress. I would not trade where I am now to be where Will Smith is, even with his money. What do all the money, cars, or whatever he's got, the crib and all that, I don't need it. I don't need it. I need to get my mind right. It's a challenge every day just for me, and it's obviously a challenge for him. That is a fact from what we saw today. That kind of thing doesn't happen in a vacuum. Like, oh, it's just a one-time slip up. There's other things underneath there that are very ugly. So I went with the Jack Murphy. A lot of people were doing the Jack Murphy. People were bringing up the 4-letter word, C. And the reason why is Will Smith literally, at some point, at least in their relationship, and I think it was open, so they would do whatever they do, but he literally let his wife do those things, get her back blown out basically by dudes half his age. But then he got offended over a G.I. Jane joke. So I don't know. I'm just speculating. The way that looks is you were never okay with how you were living. Remember, while this is happening, it's all public too. You look what happened with Jack Murphy. I have no beef with Jack Murphy. I would still watch his video. I don't know. I think he came back. I don't know. I just haven't had time. I think I like the way he thinks. I have no beef with him, but when that stuff comes public and it goes south, and I don't think it should go south. I think Will should be fine with, if that's how you live, that's how you live. Jack, if that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing. To me, it doesn't change anything. But the reaction to it from Jack, the reaction to it from Will, made me see like you're not comfortable with your lifestyle. If that's how I rolled, I would be like, and then those pictures came out, I'd be like, that's how I rolled. What's it to you? I don't care if I'm selling an alpha male product or whatever. Jack Murphy was selling this alpha, how to be an alpha. If people get that from me, that's fine. You don't have to buy it. You can live that lifestyle and be proud of it, be secure with it. But that's not the case, obviously, in my opinion. That's why he felt the need to go up there. All that stuff had built up, the embarrassment from the Red Table show or whatever, after it came out, the memes, the jokes. I don't know how much he personally is on social media, but he records stuff and uploads it. Everybody's been calling him weak and this and that and all this. And you know what the crazy thing about this? People were talking about, oh, he didn't hit August Alsina, but he hit Chris Rock over a G.I. Jane joke. That's the impression. The impression is he could go home tonight, and I'm just saying the lifestyle that they live, he could go home tonight. He feel like a real man. Oh, I went up there and he was crying at his acceptance, so he might have had true remorse, but at the moment, maybe at least after he slapped him, he walked back. He looked satisfied to me, at least at that moment. He looked relief. And he's like, yeah, I'm a real man now. Counteracting the insecurity about the lifestyle and the jokes and the memes. Easy for me to say that's not happening to me from millions of people. He felt like a real man at that moment. I'm taking care of things. He could go home and who knows what the lifestyle is. His wife could be out with some other young dude doing whatever right after he feels like a man for slapping Chris Rock. Denzel Washington gave him advice, he said. He said that Denzel said something to the effect of, watch out, at your highest moment is when the devil appears or can take over. Denzel always has those sayings. I don't know if you've heard Denzel, like his real self, like talking about inspirational things. He's not woke, at least the last I've seen him. And it was good advice. So for Will Smith, I'm going to end with this. His wife was doing other stuff. I don't know what he was doing. They did an interview together. And then Chris Rock later on does this joke, all encapsulated within a 2-year period, that less than 2 years, a little bit less than 2 years. It wasn't about the joke. Will Smith was tired of being the joke. That's what this was about, in my opinion. Let me know what you think. That's all I had, just to get that off my chest about what's happening. I hope Will gets it together. We all make mistakes. Things happen. Let me look at the comments, see what people are saying. Starting from the newest to the oldest. Big Armada 1988 says, yeah, Denzel seems to be a real one in Hollywood. From what I've seen, I'm hesitant because I haven't seen videos from him in a few years, and people have converted. And I know there was an incident where they were saying, I don't know if anybody saw this, where they were trying to make fun of the Florida laws, talk about a big virtue signal. What does that have to do with the Oscars? And they were just saying gay, 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 and Denzel was clapping. So that doesn't mean he's woke or anything, but I wouldn't be clapping. There's nothing against gay. It's just, why is politics coming into this? Didn't you listen to Ricky Gervais at the Golden Globes? We don't have tolerance for you and your hypocrisy. We don't care. But yeah, let's go. We got love for Will, but that was the wrong move. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Too bad. Too bad it kind of ruined his night to a certain extent. He'll always be remembered for this. This is a story all about how my life got twisted, turned upside down. And I'd like to take a minute and sit right here and tell you how I bitch slapped Chris Rock for a joke about him. Bars. Oh, man. Beach Bob Ross, thank you for that one. That was dope. Live on the air. Oh, man, that was a good one. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, great show, man, great show. Reckless Danny, Yee, what's up? Pierre says, I agree, big time simp move. Then you add the fact that she was cheating on him and pretty much blamed him for it. Yeah, and then the whole conversation around it was awkward. So it was like, man, I think he could have got through that if it wasn't such an awkwardly kind of framed discussion. It was just really weird. Like he obviously wasn't comfortable with it. Jury's still out on real or fake. So I will always leave room to be wrong. I will say if it was faked or staged, they are actors on a level that I didn't know they had in them. Because then he was crying at the acceptance for the award, and he somewhat apologized. He didn't apologize to Chris Rock. He apologized to the Academy, the establishment, basically. And I heard that he might have to give it back. I don't know what that means. Do they give it to another person, or you just won the award but you don't get the trophy? I don't know what that means, but I heard that he violated the terms or rules and would have to give that back. Truth, thank you for showing up. Truth drops the bombs, lives up to the screen name. I would have to let him roast her and not have to worry about lawsuits and all that comes with slapping another superstar. Was it a joke? Eric Smith, thank you, friend of the show. I am 99% sure that was real. So, and I don't have confidence in many things in life. Let's just say that. I am 99% sure it's real. I put a clip in the chat for where it was, and then there's if you're on Twitter, if you search Australian and Chris Rock or Australian and Will Smith, then you'll hear it with the cussing in it. I can tell you for sure the Academy did not fake who knows, nothing's 100%, but I don't think the Academy would put cuss words from Will Smith in the situation. I didn't want to play it because I'm sure they're going to copyright it or whatever they do. Thanks for showing up there. Somebody said he is a thug. Wow. I don't know if he is. I think it was just a bad moment. And, a lot of who knows what else is going on in his life. I think he just had a book come out that I will read, but I'm just so much into the politics. I have no idea when I'm going to get to a book like that because I'm not going to be doing a lot of Will Smith content. So Vanessa VA says, I'm not saying Jada is honorable. I was talking more so about Will's character. So that was from a conversation there earlier. Vanessa VA says, to Chris's credit, he played off the whole incident really well and integrated it into his bit. I can't understate how professional. Let's assume it was real because we don't know for sure. Let's assume it was real. I cannot understate how professional, how absolutely professional that he was. Chris Rock played it off, worked it into his bit. I mean, that's professionalism at another level. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm not a MMA guy. I'm not like a super strong guy. I'm not. So, but it wouldn't have gone down like that. Maybe I would have got beat up or whatever before security, but that's not how that would have went down. There's no way that could happen like that. And that's live TV. Live TV too. People had some jokes. Of course, we got to have jokes with it. Will Smith tonight with the memory eraser. Like, forget like it happened. Chris Rock, his teeth after Will Smith socked him. Okay. Yeah, then you have the whole Tupac thing. If you don't know the history, Jada Pinkett, is that confirmed or it's confirmed, right? It's not rumors that she was with Tupac. And right, I don't. Let me not speak out of school here, but I know there's rumors at least that they had a relationship, and Tupac, I believe, wrote poetry for her. They were cool, and people online make a ton of jokes about Jada and Tupac, and that's another thing too. Imagine being married. I think most of us would probably say, yeah, I'll take $100 million, whatever, to deal with this kind of stuff. But you're married and they got your wife with another dude all the time, making jokes and memes. And maybe you're not the most strong mentally, or you have other things going on in your life. I could see it. Jada to Will, Tupac would have shot him. No, Tupac was actually, if you don't know Tupac's origins, he was actually a dancer. He put on this West Coast tough gangster persona, which is fine. I'm perfectly fine. The music, I'm not a huge Tupac fan actually, but like his stuff from the 90s, he has some bangers, some hits. Talented dude, very influential. So I'm not one of those people where it's like hip hop, like if you rap about drugs, you got to really be a drug dealer. I'm not. I'm more into, is the beat dope? Are the lyrics good? Are they creative? And I really don't care that much about the other stuff. But I am listening to more like Anomaly and Bryson Gray and Tyson James and what's his name? I'm listening to a lot more independent. You could call them right wing, but I would say more just independent thinking artists. Jaden, this is real. This is a real tweet. Jaden Smith reacts to his father, Will Smith, slapping Chris Rock. And that's how we do it. Yes, that is the sound effect. Binkums, right there, right there. I thought it was a punch at first Because I was gonna be like, man, he punched him and he didn't really, nothing really happened. Will Smith definitely the main character, slapped him and then all his minerals came out. This was funny. If people think Chris Rock versus Will Smith was wild, just wait for Kanye versus Trevor Noah at the Grammys coming soon. And they got Kanye with the goofy look on his face. I don't know what happened with the Trevor Noah. I haven't really followed the Kanye Trevor Noah stuff, but I think Trevor Noah just said the milquetoast take like I did about Kanye. Take your meds, bruh. Will Smith really just did that. Everybody hates Chris. Chris Rock was really good early in his career. He had that moment though where he pretty much pledged allegiance to the COVIDians, didn't he? When Chris Rock came down with it after he got the experimental drug and still came down with it and then said that that's why you need to get the experimental drug. If I'm not mistaken, it was Chris Rock, right? It was a lot of people, but the Chris Rock that I grew up listening to, I don't think he would have said that. He was a free thinker. Everyone arriving at Twitter, this was me right when it happened, like minutes after it happened, Twitter blew up. Everybody rolling into Twitter trying to confirm Will Smith really did slap Chris Rock. What is that? Is that a broken escalator? That's crazy. Oh, wow. Will Smith just smacked the ish out of me. Put on that happy face. So that's what happened there, Vanessa. Put on that happy face. And behind it, Chris Rock's like, yeah. The NPC, the angry NPC. LAPD, Chris Rock declines to file charges. I respect that. I'm not going to file charges over that. Are you crazy? Chris Rock will not file charges against Will Smith after the latter struck him on stage during the live Oscars broadcast on Sunday night. Is that Nicole Kidman? I think that's Nicole Kidman. I'm not very good with these actors and actresses. She's looking like, whoa. So if it was faked, they got her out of her chair. Damn, this plastic surgery, man. I think they need to stay away from that scalpel. I really think they would age better if they just did their makeup thing and stayed away from that scalpel. Here's what I said. Will Smith may be asked to hand back his Oscar due to breaking the Academy's code of conduct, so sources tell the New York Post. So that's all I had. I'll check out the comments. I'm going to be out here in a second. I know Chris Rock was about to let off some more jokes, but held back. He might have had a lot more locked and loaded. I think he was honestly surprised that it got Will that mad. I really do. That smack was 6 years in the making. That's you summed up my whole life right there, Kane. Thank you, sir. Or yeah, sir. That smack was 6 years in the making. Garrett says it's staged. I'm still seeing a lot of staged in here. Super fake. Simply Pony. Simply Pony says it's fake. Am I pronouncing the name right, Nyla? Is it August Alsina? I've listened to some of his stuff on Spotify. It's dope. He's a dope R&B dude. I haven't listened to him in years. Well, why would you stage it, Joshua? It for ratings. They didn't have Zelensky then, huh? There was a meme somebody was showing about the media jealous that all the attention is here now and not on Zelensky. But I kind of feel bad doing this because there's a lot of stuff going on in Ukraine that's obviously way more important. The Azov Battalion, they released some videos, or I don't know who released them. I think they're confirmed. Again, as with anything with Ukraine, don't trust me. I don't trust anybody. I'm just saying this is what I saw. I don't know if it's real or not, but they took Russian prisoners and they had them tied up and they shot them. They were doing things that should be considered war crimes. Now, I feel silly saying war crimes, but that's what it is. War crimes are no joke. So all that stuff kind of in the background covered up while we're talking about Will Smith. But, I think it's good to take a break. I'm not going to get into any serious stuff. King David, I agree. It is beta male-ish. Period. This is beta male behavior to feel like you need to run up on a stage live at the Oscars to defend your wife's honor while we all know too much information that she got her jollies off by at least one other dude while you were in your life partnership. Don't do that. Don't come up and try to be super tough, super bad with a punch when we know that dude, things were happening to your wife in the background. That doesn't add up to me, bro. That's fake. That's fake. It's phony. It's beta male-ish. You can be big, tough. You can do violence and still be a beta male in my eyes. And I don't consider myself an alpha, so don't, not in everything. So yeah, I was actually talking about that. It's a little side note about the alpha beta type thing, especially in relationships too. And I'll get to your super chat. Thank you, Zeta, in a second. I think there's times where you have to know when to be an alpha, when to be a beta. I was telling someone my wife likes to have the house picked up. I don't care that much about it. I mean, I want to pick it. I don't want to be nasty, but she's more the alpha with that kind of stuff. When it came to the pandemic and masking the kids and considering homeschooling, I had to be the alpha. And I was like, if we're still masking our kids going into April, we talked about this a long time ago. I was like, we're going to have to stop what we're doing. So it's just a matter of, if you're both alphas on a topic, alphas will fight. And as far as violence goes, Chris Rock played the background. What if Will Smith had went up and tried to smack somebody else? What if it was Kevin Hart? I don't think Kevin Hart would have done that. I think that would have gotten ugly. That's speculation. Zest for God, thank you for the $10 super chat. This was a ritual. These men rep the unthreatening black man. Now Will Smith is slapping comedians. There is no more to this. The purge is here. Pay attention to the news. They say, look up, look down. I think that's a fair take. Fair take. Thank you. Appreciate it for the super chat there. Eric says, yeah, I don't think that was the best decision. I'm looking at it. I'm like, yeah, that you could have made some better decisions than that. Will, if you're just joining, we're just talking about the Will Smith situation. I just went through it, and basically my take on it was he had a lot of stuff built up, and he said it in the acceptance speech, so I have a little bit of something to back that up with. He was talking about how people always on you and disrespecting you, and you have to put on a smile. And I know for myself in relationships, when you start holding stuff in, then it comes out, man. It can come out. You got to get it out. Beta, Shavar agrees. Thank you. Gunnar Z says, why pick Kevin Hart as a second example? Pick a dude who's over 5'6". Easy to act like a simp when the guy is smaller than you. Yeah, I don't know these celebrities, man. I'm more of a politics type of dude. I'm trying to think. I don't know, man. I was thinking it's Kevin Hart because I just did a little thing on Kevin Hart a while ago, but that's funny. E. Roshi says, you can't be an alpha in front of your thought wife, then start crying like a bitch. But I think he was trying to, you know what? I know you're joking, Roshi, and I always kind of turn jokes into like, is there some seriousness there? That's why they're funny, because there's some seriousness there. I think Will crying at the end, that to me was a bow to the establishment. He knew with the slap, if it wasn't fake, if it was real and it wasn't planned and it shouldn't have happened, the slap is not what they wanted. They didn't want the focus on the slap. And he was saying to my overlord, he was like, just like me on YouTube when I talk about the V and this experimental drug, I say, YouTube, don't ban me. I believe anything you say. You're my overlord. That's what he was doing. He was like, I'm sorry. I want to keep working in Hollywood. I want a job. I don't want to have to go to the Daily Wire or whatever. That's what that was to me. Pure speculation. Midlife is that midlife crisis, Boondocks moment. Oh man, I missed that cartoon strip and show. King David says, talk about how he was on. Whoa, whoa! We took it. How did we get to? You went to from 0 to 100 real quick, King David. I'm a little afraid of saying the E word on here. I know you can't. You can say the E word on these channels, but was he on the? I didn't know that. Was he on the flight log? Gosh, man, they all were on the flight log, weren't they? Man. So when Ricky Gervais was hosting the Golden Globes, he wasn't joking, man. He wasn't joking when he was like they all love that E-Dog. I wonder if they called him E-Dog. I didn't know. Yeah, man. these Hollywood people, they are no joke. And I know I talked about copyrights, but maybe I can play a little. I think it would be cool to play a clip from Ricky. I just have it on my computer just because it's so dope. I just didn't want to delete it. Let me see what this one is. It's Ricky Gervais. Let's see what this is here.
They're just jokes. We're all going to die soon, and there's no sequel. So
that's just one clip from it, but I have the full thing. They'll probably copyright. I don't think they'll pull down the video, though. They just won't monetize it. Let me see. Is this it? Oh, this is
here in Los Angeles.
Is this the one?
Oh, thank you.
Ricky lit them up.
Thank you. Hello and welcome to the 77th Annual Golden Globe Awards.
Let's
live
go.
From the Beverly Hilton Hotel here in Los Angeles. I'm Ricky Gervais. Thank you. You'll be pleased to know this is the last time I'm hosting these awards. So
he keeps talking, it's the last time, then he drops the jokes
anymore.
on him.
I'm joking. I never did. NBC clearly don't care either. 5th time. So, I mean, Kevin Hart was fired from the Oscars because of some offensive tweets. Hello? Lucky for...
I'll play some more of that, but Sebastian, let me tell you though, no, fighting's not beta, but fighting's not necessarily alpha either. So you're on live TV, a guy is clowning your wife in a very insensitive manner, and the only way you can handle it is by on live TV getting up on stage and slapping him, and you slapped him and he didn't really fall back that hard. Chris Rock took it almost like the Matrix. Like I don't even know if he really even stepped back. He just was like, whoop, and he played it off and like nothing had happened. So don't tell me that was an alpha move, Sebastian. No, fighting is not beta, but knowing when to fight, when not to fight is part of it too. If he would have not done that and then came back and won the award and then clowned Chris Rock, that would have been, I won't know if it would have been alpha, but that would have been dope. That would have been better. Or he could have handled it like a gentleman. But either way, if he hadn't punched him, won the award, then handled it like a gentleman, nice. Or if he won the award and then came out with, he would have had time to think of a joke or maybe text Kevin Hart or something like, Kevin Hart, give me something to say about Chris Rock. And then he spent some of his speech or maybe the end of his speech or something like that with a little dig at Chris Rock. That would have been hard. But what he did was soft, man. Come on, you don't need to run up on the stage and slap Chris Rock for that joke. That makes you look weak, especially after you let dudes do whatever to your wife. That don't even sound right, man. I'm a part of this. Sorry, I just saw this chat here. Audio Maverick said, words like beta are part of the reason male suicide is so high. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of falling into that trap. It's a good point. I don't really even think of it like beta, alpha. I could use different terms. It's not, what I really mean is like, you're not a strong man. Like you're not a strong person. You're not strong mentally, Will, and that's fine. He acknowledged that at the end. Jabat says, Chris Rock just gained a lot of alpha points, took a hit, never even touched his face, took it like a man. Will should have spoke with Chris Rock after the show like a gentleman. He does. Chris Rock does get points for that to me. He took it. If you had seen Chris Rock after the slap and didn't see the slap before it, you would have never known. That's some boss stuff right there. That reminds me of way back in the day. This is elementary school, so this is younger than 5th grade, maybe 3rd to 5th grade. I don't know how this dude had beef with me. I never really had beef with anybody. I never got into a real fight at all from K through ever. I never really got into a real fight ever. And so the kid, for some reason, I don't know why he had beef with me. I remember we got off the bus and he punched me straight in the face right here, and I didn't even blink. I was surprised by it, but maybe I was an alpha, little young alpha back in the day. No, I'm not an alpha dude. Unpopular movies, $5 super check. Thank you so much. As this video, I probably just demonetized it with a Ricky Gervais clip, so I appreciate it. As a bald guy, I have no sympathy for anyone who can't take a G.I. Jane joke. Come on, man. Don't do that. It's different when it's a bald woman. And yes, it's between us, we can define a woman. It's different when it's a bald woman, potentially. You could see Jada wasn't laughing. Look up the pictures. Some people speculated that Will was laughing to try to play it off. And then he saw out the corner of his eye, he saw Jada wasn't laughing. Think about it, though. Even though I'm not with Will, I'm going to be fair. Think about you're at the Oscars and you're with your wife. Your wife has alopecia. And Chris Rock's coming talking about G.I. Jane. Is she going to star in G.I. Jane Part 2? You're going to feel some kind of way. I can guarantee you that. So I'm not saying Will shouldn't have felt some kind of way. I would have felt some kind of way. But I'm not going to go up on the stage and then slap him and then not slap him hard enough to do anything and then walk away like I did something. That's the down part. Jid, I don't know if I can read all these chats, man. I gotta vet these chats before I read them. 100% assault. Yeah. He didn't punch him. He didn't have to go to the hospital or anything like that. So, yeah. Chris looked right at Jada right after the slap. Did he? I didn't notice that. Thank you, American Wizard, for stopping by. I didn't notice that he did that. I did see that Will looked very satisfied, though. He looked very happy. Okay. Okay, Agent Lenaro. I'll admit it. The joke. I'm not condoning the joke, but I do admit the joke was funny. Okay, I will fully admit that. I didn't get it though. I did not get the joke at first. I was like, G.I. Jane 2 is, because Jada wasn't in G.I. Jane, right? It was whatever the actress with the buzz cut on the the poster. So I didn't know it until I went to Twitter. But then after I got the joke, then yeah, it was funny. I'll admit it. I can't lie. So hey, Chris Rock, he paid the price for that joke though. That's how it is. Yeah, if you're, he's a yes, Demi Moore. Thank you. Yes, young Demi Moore. That was a big deal back then because she was one of the Hollywood stars and the model of beauty in Hollywood, and shaved her head for that. It wasn't a bad movie, was it? I thought it was a decent movie. I haven't seen that movie since it probably came out around there. Thank you. $2 super chat. The Thrifting Channel. Thank you. I'll check that out. Do you have a channel on thrifting? I'll check that out. I know some people who do thrifting. My brother does that. Cooler heads prevail. Catch Chris outside instead. Okay. So if he had caught him outside, I think I wouldn't have a take on it one way or the other. Like if you would have caught him outside and just said, "Hey, bro, I didn't appreciate that," I got no problem with that. If he would have caught him outside and then slapped him, I'd be like, that wasn't even necessary either. But this is the type of stuff. Remember back in the day, the BET Awards? Maybe even now, I don't watch them anymore. Every award, there would be some type of beef popping off at the BET Awards. I did not expect this to happen. I did not expect to be doing a live on the damn Oscars. I don't know any movies, anything that's even nominated. Why wasn't he arrested? I don't know. I did show earlier that Chris Rock refused to press charges, but I don't know if you need to press charges or what. I don't know the legal part of that. Yeah, and the other part about Will that I didn't bring up is he knows how to get attention. After the pandemic started, a lot of people went to social media, a lot of these stars, to leverage money. The studios were closed. They weren't doing a lot of movies. He blew up. He knows how to get attention. So this was also an attention-grabbing thing, for sure. Thank you for the super chat. Cantankerous, $5. Let's put it this way. If anyone else had done that, if it were you or me slapping a celebrity, you think you won't go to jail? Yep. They'd have my black ass in handcuffs. There's no doubt about that. Security probably would have got me. That's it. Hey, rules for thee. They got different rules. They play by different rules when you got that loot. That's the way life is. You want to change it, you go ahead and get that paper or stay out of trouble. That's why I tell my kids. They're young, 5 and 2, so we don't talk about it too much, but hey, that's how life is. I'm not for this equity where everyone is supposed to be in some magical way the same. That ain't how it works. Some people think it's based on race. I think it's more based on class, money. Rick Flaring says, I don't get why he smacked Chris, but didn't do anything to young buck Jada was fooling with. That's the problem I have. That's the problem I have. I don't think he should have done anything to either one of them, but thanks for the super chat, Eduardo Gomez. Appreciate that. Sorry if let me know if I miss any of the super chats. I'm just trying to get some comments in there, picking the ones I see. The real division. Yes, money is the real division. And it's interesting, if you're just joining, I do a channel where I usually talk about politics and social things, like social society type issues. I would describe myself as a libertarian constitutionalist. And it's funny, this neo-Marxism with critical theory of gender and race, and it doesn't bring up class. It's very interesting because, classic Marxism is all about class, no race. But that's the real division. Yeah. Somebody was talking about Jussie Smollett. What Jussie Smollett did was way worse than Will Smith here. That's not even a close thing. It's a class thing. No charges needed for Will to get arrested. What's the point? Chris Rock probably doesn't care. Melly Mel, thank you for the super sticker. Is that a shout out to the great Melly Mel? I'm a hip hop fan. For those who don't know, I am a big hip hop fan. I used to do a underground hip hop show. I don't know if that's a shout out to the great Melly Mel. Yeah, Will Smith lit up the internet like. It's crazy how Twitter lights up nowadays. Rena says the joke was about both Javier and Penelope being nominated and the wife getting jealous if the husband won. Okay, I didn't see the G.I. Jane comment as doing with the hair. Okay, so then I didn't understand the joke. Maybe I still don't. I don't understand. Okay, both. See, you might know more about the Hollywood stuff than me. Can anybody help me out there? Maybe I don't understand the joke. Do you think Chris Rock will want to take it to an MMA cage? Nowadays the boxing, though, they make loot. Was it Jake Paul who offered Kanye and Pete Davidson, I think it was 60 million to split if they did a fight. So yeah, anybody will do anything for enough money. I'm a lover, not a fighter. If you say 60 mil to fight, shoot, I'll train, get in shape, take a hit, drop, give me my money. I'll do it. Alexander the Resurrection, $2 super chat. Thank you. Smith should have apologized. Not cool. Uncalled for. He did. Well, I don't want to play it because I don't know, because it's a sensitive issue. I don't know if they'll take it down or just do a copyright, but He in his speech, his acceptance speech for the award. I don't even know what the award is. Maybe it's best male actor. I don't know, but he played the Williams father in his movie. I do want to see that movie. I was a big Williams. I played tennis growing up. I was a big fan of them. But he did apologize to the Academy. He did not apologize to Chris Rock. So that was very notable. So hopefully I pronounced your name right. Charlotte T says Chris Rock related Jada's bald look to G.I. Jane and saying we can't see this. That's the joke. So that's how I took the joke after I found out on Twitter that he related Jada's bald look. And it's not a look. I don't know if Chris Rock knew it or not. She has the condition. Same as Ayanna Presley, who Ayanna Presley has rocked it great. Even though we disagree on some, political stuff, she's been great with it. And she is a very proud, she's a strong speaker, Ayanna Presley. But they have that alopecia. So that makes it even more sensitive. But I think Jada looks great. I didn't even know until all this went down that she had it. G.I. Jane, Demi Moore was a babe with or without hair. Yeah, I agree completely. And so is Jada. Absolutely. She took it harder than needed. It was a joke. And she would make a fabulous G.I. Jane too. You know what? Thank you, Susie Diaz, for that comment. That makes a lot of sense. After all this dust settles, you think about it. I haven't seen Jada in a movie in a long time, but she would probably be a dope G.I. Jane too. It was a joke. It could have been real. That's a good comment. Yeah, G.I. Jane that was a good movie, I thought. I don't even remember everything that happened. I just remember the feeling that it was a good movie. Antoine says that ish was faked and staged. No way Will wouldn't have been allowed to stay there if he slapped Chris. Chris leaned right in before Will slapped him, nor would Chris just make a joke after. I don't know if you saw the full clips, but I think that was a for real one. I do think it was for real, but who knows? Jane Doe says, Will laughed at first, but Jada wasn't laughing, and things shifted fast. Those are facts. From the video that we saw, those are facts. It started out like that, like a ha-ha, and then Jada was not laughing. You knew it was not good. So I don't know if Chris Rock saw that. He's an experienced dude. He should have seen that Jada was looking off and Will was he was laughing but looking off. Can we all agree, though, Will Smith is crazy? Like, we all have a little bit of craziness in us, I would say, right? It's just a matter of how much. I think Will Smith is a little crazy. You saw it in his eyes. Well, let me get this out, and then let me play a little bit more. Ricky Gervais.
Me, the Hollywood foreign press can barely speak English, and they've no idea what Twitter is. So I got offered this gig by fax. So let's go out with a bang. Let's have a laugh at your expense, shall we?
He was not joking. Let's have a laugh at your expense. He went hard.
Remember, they're just jokes. We're all going to die soon, and there's no sequel. So, yeah, remember that.
If Chris Rock got slapped, what do you think would have happened to Ricky Gervais if he was hosting that thing? Man, they would have chased him out there. They would have rushed the stage on that dude. And security wouldn't have stopped him either. That would have been a beatdown. If he told these jokes that he did at the Golden Globes, if he did that at the Oscars tonight, Will Smith would have been nothing compared to what they did to him. Eduardo, sorry, I do not speak Spanish. Let me take a look. I appreciate the super chat that you did there. And let me see if I can get it in a translator or something. Spanish to English. I'm in StreamYard. So I wonder if does Google automatically translate that stuff? So thank you. I did translate it. Will looked like a full head to me. I can't believe he'd do this while he's okay. Maybe Jade is too sick. Sorry about my English. That's all right. Yeah, it was shocking. I was shocked. I would not have guessed that Will Smith would have done that. I would not have guessed that. But I think you saw a person who was just hurting. He was hurt.
But you all look lovely, all dolled up. You came here in your limos. I came here in a limo tonight, and the license plate was made by Felicity Huffman. So, no, shush. It's her daughter I feel sorry for, okay? That must be
the looks Tom Hanks gave him it was just priceless. He and Ricky Gervais and Tom Hanks had history. Ricky Gervais made fun of somebody associated with Tom Hanks. I don't think he made fun of Tom Hanks directly at a different award show, and Tom Hanks never got rid of it. And throughout this whole bit, Tom Hanks' face was looking twisted. Gervais is a beast, man. Yes, he is that dude. He is hilarious. Laugh out loud, you people can't recognize a PR stunt in front of you. Wow. I wonder, there's a lot of people that do not trust that this happened. He let Chris know who the real motherfucker was. Okay. But see, at that moment, Chris Rock couldn't really do much. Jada having sex with other guys while pretending to be Will's wife. She's I don't know. I mean, they had an agreement, is my understanding. So they had the lifestyle, but obviously, just because you agree to it doesn't mean that you're not affected by it. That's what it looks like. Advocate says, I have no sympathy for Will Smith. He was out of line and out of control. He took out his frustrations on Chris Rock. Yep, that's it. That's absolutely it.
most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to her. And her dad was in Wild Hogs. So, lots of big celebrities here tonight. I mean, legends, icons, yeah? Look, at this table alone, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. But
I'm going to play this clip. I'm going to read this comment here. You people keep laughing, but this is serious. Comedians are allowed to make jokes. Yes. Based. Lasana Kamara. Yeah. That's a point that I've missed. That is a point. Comedians are allowed to tell jokes. He didn't do anything illegal. Now, you might have to take a fist. You might. I mean, he's not allowed to do that, but that could be a consequence of a certain type of joke. But yeah, he should be allowed to tell jokes. Will Smith will be roasted by every comic he ever watches from now on. Yeah. Conan O'Brien tweeted, because he doesn't have a late night show anymore. He's like, anybody have a late night show I can borrow so I can do some jokes tomorrow about this? But the late night shows aren't funny anymore. Conan was, though. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Grizzly Country says, Will Smith hits like a girl, Chris Rock. It was interesting to go with the slap. Like, isn't a slap more disrespectful than a punch in a way? Because, if Will Smith had came up and smacked me, my first thought would be like, why'd you smack me? Like, you didn't think I was worth the closed fist? Not that I want to get punched. Don't get me wrong. I'm just like, I don't know. Tash Clark. Let me see how I don't know why I can't get you. Let me get your super chat on here. Tash Clark, I apologize. I can't show your super chat. I don't know what's going on. I'm using StreamYard, so I apologize. But I see your super chat. Tash Clark says, why did Smith escalate to violence? His whole brand is predicated on being family friendly and a leader. Yes, it is. Especially to Rock, an ostensibly innocent victim. What do you think is going on internally? So I did talk about that earlier. I can only speculate. I think the criticism and the jokes, especially pertaining to him and Jada, have gotten to him, and it kind of hurts your manhood to a certain extent. And he's right there with his wife right there, and she's feeling salty. And maybe other stuff is going on too. They had a lot of stuff going on with their kids too. So I don't know, but I think things built up to that point, and we'll see how Will bounces back from this. It's too bad. He has a esteemed career. I mean, think about the movies Will's been in. I mean, he's been in some great movies. I mean, I grew up in the 90s when Will Smith was doing A lot of great stuff. He's been in the industry 30 years probably. He's been in the industry probably 30 years. You know, it started out with hip hop. I think he started with hip hop. I knew him first from hip hop. You know, I mean, what a career when you look at it. DJ Jazzy Jeff is still a dope DJ. If you don't know DJ Jazzy Jeff, that was his DJ from back in the day. He's still making beats, scratching. He's really good. Will Smith has been in some great movies. What do you think about, when I think about Will Smith, I think about obviously like Men in Black, but he did, he was in Bad Boys, was good with Martin Lawrence. He was in so many other things. Once one of my favorite, he was this is kind of ironic, but he was Ali in Ali for sure. He was in Independence Day. Was it Independence Day? I love the line. It's a stupid line, but for some reason it's stuck in my head where he's jumping off a building into a boat or something like that. Or I think it was Independence Day, and he's just like, it just be raining black men in New York. The way he delivered it I love that line for some reason. I, Robot for sure. What's the one with him and his dog? Ah, man. I'm not a movie person. The I Am Legend. I Am Legend. He's been in a lot of stuff. You know, he's been everywhere. Great career. I'm going to play a little bit more Ricky, then I'll be out.
Baby Yoda. Oh, that's Joe Pesci. Sorry. I love you, man. Don't have me whacked.
I'm not laughing at Ricky Gervais. Come on, y'all. Let's do better in the chat. Tyler Kerber says
Tonight isn't just about the people in front of camera. In this room are some of the most important TV and film executives in the world. People from every background, but they all have one thing in common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow.
Come on, Tyler. You got to do better than this. Will Smith's wife looks like if Tyler Perry made the Alien movie. Come on, man. You're better than that.
He's coming for you. He's coming for you. Look, talking of all you perverts, it was a big year. It was a big year for paedophile movies. Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, Two Popes. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care. I don't care.
He really, when he said he didn't care, he really didn't care. Legendary.
Many talented people of color.
If you haven't heard Ricky do this, wait till the end. I'll let it get to the end at some point. I'm playing it just intermittently here.
Was snubbed in major categories. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. The Hollywood foreign press are all very, very racist. So, fifth time. So, we were going to do an in memoriam this year, but when I saw the list of people that had died, it wasn't diverse enough. No. It was mostly white people. And I thought, nah, not on my watch. So,
that was savage. That was a savage joke right there, man. Oh, man. Pay the Fee says, Will wouldn't have ran up on Chappelle or Rogan like that. Okay. Now so I said Kevin Hart because I just picked a dude out of my head. Imagine if with Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan has, he's very disciplined. I don't think he wants to hurt anybody because obviously he knows, martial arts and all that kind of stuff. Chappelle, I don't know. That would have been, he wouldn't have done that to Chappelle. There's no way. That would have been crazy. I'm glad it wasn't Chappelle. If that was Chappelle, I think we would have seen a hands-free moment. Will Smith was pretty bold to turn his back. To just walk up there live on TV, binkums, and then turn your back and walk the other way. Like, I know you're not doing anything. I still say, imagine if he would have pimp slapped him. That would have been crazy. If he went with the back of the hand, like you were disrespectful to me and my wife, bink, like scrap right across his face. That would have been crazy. So you said Seth Rogen? I'm thinking Joe Rogan, man. No, Joe Rogan, not Seth. You wouldn't mind one of them. Joe Rogan's a comedian. He could have been telling those jokes. Not only that, but Chris Rock kept his hands behind his back when Will walked up to him. I think Chris Rock was just nervous. He didn't know what was going on. I don't think Chris Rock had any idea that Will was going to slap him. No idea. He had no idea what was going on. Because I don't think Will was yelling before he walked up. If you listen to the feed that had the full audio, Will yelled after he sat down. Because Chris Rock was shocked. He was like, he was like, he just said it. He was like, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me. And like, this is live TV. What a moment. And then he sat down, and then Will was like, keep my wife's name out your effing mouth. And then Chris was like, what? He was like, huh? And then he said it again. Will was like, keep my wife's name out your effing mouth. And then Chris was like, I will, I guess, man. You crazy.
Maybe next year. Let's see what happens. No one cares about movies anymore. No one goes to the cinema. No one really watches network TV. Everyone's watching Netflix. This show should just be me coming out going, well done, Netflix, you win everything. Good night. But no, we got to drag it out for 3 hours. You could binge watch the entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching this show. I'm going to
stop for this comment here. Thank you for this comment, L. Kayeka. I'm sorry if I pronounced that right. Kiki, El Kakiki. Next on Red Table Talk, maybe Jada will invite Chris so he can apologize. I assume that's what that means. So he can apologize and give him a life lesson on alopecia. I think that'd be great. Clean it up. I think Chris Rock would be open to it. I never heard of Chris Rock and Will Smith having beef. They've actually worked together before. I've seen them in pictures and stuff.
That's a show about a man who wants to kill himself because his wife dies of cancer, and it's still more fun than this, okay? Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way, so in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself, just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up. I know he's your friend, but I don't care.
That's why I had to go. Now, is it confirmed that Will Smith was on the logs to the island? Somebody had mentioned in the chat before. I'll Google it, but Truth says now everyone's going to be roasting Jada too. Yep, pretty much.
To make your own way here in your own plane, didn't you? Right, but seriously, most films are awful, lazy, remakes, sequels. I've heard a rumour that there might be a sequel to Sophie's Choice. I mean, that'd just be Meryl Streep going, well, it's got to be this one then.
So Matthew's Business says, bruh, people go bald all the time. Now we need sensitivity training for that too? I hear you on that, man. It's like everything is super sensitive. I know. It's really, yeah, it's really, people are really on edge. People are on edge right now. It's not normal. If you don't want people talking about you and your wife, then don't be a celeb. And don't make all your dirty laundry and intimate BS for the world to see and monetize your life publicly. Absolutely. There is a price to pay. And that's why I said, if you want to get the money they have, that's why I wouldn't trade it. I would not trade to be a celebrity like they are just to get the money like they have. It's not, I don't need it. Those are problems that are just crazy. The security you need and safety, and it's wild.
It's already 3 hours long. Right, let's do the first award. The first, then plonking herself down on the carpet, lifting her leg.
I'm fast forwarding it to the end. This is when Ricky went off.
Furball. She's old school. It's the last time, who cares? Oh. Apple roared into the TV game with a morning show. A superb drama, yeah.
Savage.
A superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing. made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. So, well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and fuck off, okay?
Yes, sir. That was Ricky. That's why they don't want him back. They're not in the mood for that truth bomb from him. So I'm gonna be out. Gloria says, to me, it's just stupid. It was a harmless joke. If everyone took the simplest things in life and made it into a huge issue, then I guess having tons of money doesn't make you happy. Jada looked miserable. Yeah, she did. Yeah, and that's much deeper than anything else. Yep. Women equal make my ass bigger. Men equal go to war. Yeah. So I'm going to be out. I just wanted to talk about that situation. If you're new watching me, I typically do a political channel. I'm typically talking about Ukraine, Hunter Biden, the yuan going, the strength of the yuan. Talked about the ruble the other day. So this is a diversion from what I usually do. But thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it, everybody. And I will, hopefully all this stuff dies down by tomorrow. And I like the idea of bringing them on the dirty laundry round table or red table, whatever they call it, and making peace. So this is it. Peace.